Can Mercury retrograde lead to relationship breakups? Well, love can be in limbo during Mercury retrograde. Watch this video to find out more. I am Vaishali Nikhade, an engineer turned psychic. Watch, take notes, and learn so that you too can leverage the power of stars in your love life. Mercury retrograde and relationships breakup or relationship breakups. Hello, everybody. This is Vaishali Nikhade. I am an engineer turned psychic, and today we are going to talk about breakups in relationships, in particular romantic relationships during a Mercury retrograde period. So, as far as Mercury retrograde is concerned, there are three different parameters. One is the length of the retro, and the length of the retro, it lasts around 3 weeks, and it happens around 3 to 4 times a year. And every time Mercury goes retrograde, it goes retro in a different sign. And there are 12 signs of the zodiac, starting from Aries and going all the way to Pisces. And every time Mercury goes retro, it's going to be going retro in a different sign. And sometimes it could actually span 2 signs. I talked about that in a prior video as well. And based on the sign in which Mercury goes retro, it's going to impact the outcome. Just as, for instance, how you would behave if you were in a friend's house versus a really good friend's house versus a not so good friend's house, your behavior is not exactly going to be the same. You're going to kind of adapt your behavior based on the placement of your physical self, or actually based on wherever you are located, whether in your friend's house, in your best friend's house, in your not so good friend's house, in your own house. Everywhere you're going to behave differently. And in the same way, Mercury is in different signs when it goes retro, and in every sign it is going to behave differently. So the outcome that you get during each Mercury retrograde period is going to be different. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more, I used an ice cream analogy in a couple of other videos on what not to do during Mercury retro. I think that's the video I used, the ice cream analogy. You can check out that video if that helps you understand it better. So there's just different ways to explain it. And I try to kind of vary it around so that you can, some people can relate to one situation more than the other. All right, so going back to relationships. So in this particular video, we are just going to talk about the breakups that happen during a Mercury retrograde period. And in order for you to understand that the breakup, you have to understand the essence of why it is happening. And that is because Mercury is ruling communications. As a planet, it rules communication. And during the retrograde period, it will cause lots of issues during communication. And some of these issues may be serious enough that they may actually lead to a relationship breakup. And they are going to vary. The gravity of the situation is going to vary, and the impact and the influence is going to vary on where or which sign Mercury goes retrograde in. And I figured the best way to explain this to you was via an example. And this is Irene. So this is a true example, but with a different name. Irene is not the real name of the person who went through this experience, but it's a real person just with some name other than Irene. So anyway, so for the purpose of this example, we are going to use Irene as the name, and she met someone online on a dating site or a dating app. And it was a brand new connection that she made, meaning that she did not know this person from before. And this was the first place she came across him, and they connected on this particular dating site. And in fact, one important fact to know is that when she came to me, she mentioned that the guy was actually the one who initiated the communication. So that's kind of an important factor here, that even though it was a new connection, the guy was the one who initiated the connection. All right, so she went ahead and she accepted the connection, and they engaged in a conversation. And when they engaged in a conversation, it was via a phone call. She mentioned that he kept asking her for her social media handles. As far as Irene was concerned, the relationship was really new, and she really wasn't so keen to give her social media handles to this person because there was a lot of public information on the social media handles, which she felt that it was too soon for him to learn all that information. So she, in a nice way, kind of stuck to whatever her policy was. She had a certain policy in place that if somebody asks for social media handles, then she would give it to them, but after a certain period of time. And as far as this particular guy was concerned, let's call him Ian. So Ian did not match the criteria in the sense that the relationship was too new. So she stuck to the policy that she had in place, and she did not really share her social media information with him. Now you can say that in this day and age, anyone can Google anyone and kind of find the social media handles, and that part is true. But I guess Ian wanted to get it from her, number one, and she hadn't really shared her real name or her full name or her last name with Ian. So there was a little bit of that aspect as well. But technically, anyone can Google anyone just to get the social media handles, in particular, if that information is public, like how Irene had. She just felt that it was too soon to share the information with Ian. So, long story short, is what happened is that Ian actually broke up with her. So, you have to understand something. He's the one who initiated the contact, and he's also the one who initiated the end, which means he initiates the starting and he initiates the end. So, essentially, he broke up. He broke up with her, and he did not really exactly explain to her or tell her. And this is an important fact to note as well because Mercury was playing its role. And because it rules communication, you have to also understand Mercury is a very fast planet compared to some of the other planets that are out there, in particular Jupiter and Saturn. So the effects of Mercury are really, really quick. And in this case, what happened is he literally broke up with her by text, I believe. I don't remember the exact details, but it was essentially through text that he broke up with her. So, one important thing to note is that whenever you experience anything during Mercury retro, the result is going to be very, very quick. You're not going to have to wait too long to see the result. So, here is an exercise for you. If you've had someone with whom you had a breakup and you felt it was unfair or not justified, or it happened too quickly, or they broke up by text, or they broke up abruptly, then what you can do is find out if the breakup happened during a retrograde period. And it's there's two ways you can do this exercise. One way is to find all the retrograde periods in the past and then find out when exactly your breakup happened. But an easier way to do it would be just to find out couple of breakups you've had in the past and see if any of these match the Mercury retrograde period. And if they did, you can find out why exactly it happened and how it happened, because you'll come to the conclusion that it actually was influenced by Mercury, and maybe it happened too quickly, or in her case, in Irene's case, it happened by text message. So it's just interesting outcomes on how Mercury behaves and impacts the outcome. So that's pretty much it for this particular video. If you have any other topics that you would like me to cover, then go ahead and put those in the chat, in the comments, and I'm happy to address those in a different video. Also, if you are looking to kind of speed up your process in terms of meeting someone, then I have a special gift. It's called the Cosmic Secrets. And there are 5 elements to the Cosmic Secrets, and each of these elements can influence your love life. And I'm going to put a link down below. You can go ahead and download this particular free gift. And each of these elements is going to influence how things are going to turn out for you. So the best way for you to utilize this would be to take like one element a day. And there's like a small homework at the end of each element, which if you do the homework, it will help you speed up the process and kind of understand it really, really well. If you just go and read through it, you can probably read through it in no time, and it is not really going to help you out. So if you're looking for something solid, substantial, something to really impact you, then go ahead and just take one element per day and then do the homework. And then at the end of 5 days, you can just see what results you have. Feel free to email me, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. So you're a single woman not getting nearly as many quality dates as you'd like, and you just can't figure out why, no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. You're not leveraging the power of the stars. Stars were used for navigation in ancient times, and you too can use these stars as a GPS for you to guide you to move forward in your love life. I'm Vaishali Nikhade, an engineer turned psychic, and I would like to introduce you to the 5 elements of cosmic secrets that influence your search. I have a free guide for you called Cosmic Secrets, and in this free guide, I share each of the 5 elements that can help you fast track your search. You can work on one element per day and get to know how the stars can give you a jump start. When you're done, you can message me via email to take advantage of a special opportunity I may have for you to continue to get guidance from the stars. So click the link below and get started knowing the details of the cosmic secrets that can change your life.